Hi, grade. Today we're going to continue working through equations. The first equation is 6x minus 8x plus 3 equals negative 2x minus 8. So yesterday we did distributive property. Today we're going to work on combining like terms with the distributive properties. So can I simplify either side of this equation? Yeah, I can simplify the left side of this equation. And I can't distribute like we were doing yesterday, but I can combine these like terms. So what is 6x minus 8x? It's negative 2x because it's the same as 6x plus negative 8x. So you subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number. All right, so now I have negative 2x plus 8 equals negative 2x minus 8. Does anybody know the answer to this already? Is it one solution, no solution, or infinite solution? Let's continue solving to double check. So if you add 2x to both sides, you end up with 8 equals negative 8. I added 2x to get rid of the minus 2x, but that ended up canceling out both of them, so I got 8 equals negative 8. Is this ever true? Does 8 ever equal negative 8? No, so don't get tripped up because they look similar. It's not infinite solutions. The answer is no solution. All right, so now for the next one, okay, which side of the equation can be simplified? The left, the right, or both? Just the left side. So I can distribute the 2 to the 4x and to the 5. 2 times 4x is 8x plus 2 times 5, which is 10. I keep this the same. Looking at this right here, does anybody know if it's no solutions, no solution, infinite solution, or one solution? Let's keep working it through. So we have 8x and we have negative 8x on both sides. We want to get x only on one side, so which one do we want to get rid of? Do we want to get rid of the 8x or the negative 8x? It's always easier to get rid of the smaller one, so let's get rid of our negative 8x, add 8x to both sides. This becomes 16x plus 10, and this becomes 0, with just positive 10 left on this side. So you might have seen this and said, oh, this looks like it's any solution, but remember that negative 8 is different than the 8, so that changes things. If we continue solving, I can subtract 10 on both sides to get the x by itself. I'll end up with 16x equals 0. Does this mean that there are no solutions to this equation? No, because if we divide by 16, there is one solution and x equals 0. Also label your equation one solution, just so that we know what type of equation it is. For the third equation, we have distributive property on both sides. So we need to distribute this 3 to the negative 4x and to the 2. So I'll end up with negative 12x, keep the sign, minus 6 equals, do the same thing over here, distribute, negative 6x minus 16. Now we have x's on both sides. Which one do we want to get rid of, the negative 12x or the negative 6x? It's always easier to get rid of the smaller one. Negative 12x is smaller. Negative 12x plus 12x is 0, so I'm just left with negative 6. On this side, we have negative 6 plus 12, or negative 6x plus 12x. Different signs. What do we do when there are different signs and we're adding integers? Subtract, and then is our answer going to be positive or negative? Positive, because the 12 is bigger. So it'll be 6x, keep the sign, minus 16. Now what do? We could add 16 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 16 is 10, equals 6x. Last step is we divide. So you'll end up with 10 over 6 equals x. Now try the challenge problem independently, and then we'll go over it together. All right, our challenge problem. We can simplify both sides. Need to multiply this to start. You'll end up with 0.4x minus 0.6 minus 0.6x equals. On this side, you can distribute as well. And it would be, oops, I wrote this wrong. So this is actually just negative 2.4x plus 10.4. Okay, so this is just rewritten as the same thing. All right, now on this side, you can further simplify this by combining your like terms. You have 0.4 minus 0.6. Because 0.4 is smaller than 0.6, this will start getting into negative integers. So it's 0.4 plus negative 0.6. When you have two numbers with different signs, what do you do with the numbers? Subtract them. Make sure, even though we're subtracting up here, we're subtracting 0.6 minus 0.4. Line up your decimal, you end up with 0.2. It will be negative 0.2. So we have negative 0.2x minus 0.6 equals, on this side, negative 2.4x plus 10.4. Now we're trying to get the x's together. Which one do we want to move? This one is smaller because 2.4 is bigger than 0.2, but 2 and 4 tenths is bigger than 2 tenths, which means it's more negative. So you add 2 and 4 tenths x to both sides. Again, you are adding with different signs. So you are subtracting. You would do 2 and 4 tenths minus 2 tenths, which equals 2 and 2 tenths. Your answer will be positive because 2 and 4 tenths is bigger than negative 2 tenths. So you end up with 2 and 2 tenths x minus 6 tenths equals 10 and 4 tenths. Now what can you do? You can add 6 tenths to both sides. You'll end up with 2.2x equals 11. Go ahead, try and solve it from there. Once you divide, you would have done 11 divided by 11 divided by 2.2, top in, bottom out. Move the decimal once, move the decimal once, and then, move the decimal once, and then divide from there. Try dividing and check your answer on a calculator. All right, once you're done, you do the practice at the bottom. Make sure you get to the graded problems on the back. Good luck.